In the quiet neighbourhood of Waterley stood a massive oak tree, its gnarled branches twisting into the sky like skeletal fingers clawing at the heavens. The townspeople called it the Bone Tree, but no one ever dared go near it. Those who did never returned the same. They whispered about a creature living in the tree, a skeleton twisted to mimic the branches it clung to. Its long, brittle limbs creaked with the wind, blending into the bark, but its teeth, its bulky, jagged teeth, were impossible to mistake for anything but a creeper monstrosity. The creature's grin stretched unnaturally wide, hungry, waiting for its next victim. One stormy evening, a traveller, unaware of the dark legend, sought shelter under the Bone Tree. Exhausted from his journey and soaking wet, he failed to notice the unnatural stillness in the air. Not a single sound broke the night. No crickets chirped, no wind rustled the leaves, only silence. As the traveller rested, he felt the weight of the tree's presence, like unseen eyes were watching him from the blackness above. He glanced upward and froze. Entwined in the upper branches was the creature. Its hollow eyes stared down, and before the traveller could move, the creature's long, spindly arms began to unfurl, reaching toward him. The traveller fled, running as fast as his legs could carry him, heart pounding. He never looked back, but as he left the tree behind, he realized something horrifying. The grinding of the creature's teeth, that horrible gnashing sound, was still following him. He made it to town, trembling, pale as a ghost, but that was just the beginning of his nightmare. That night the traveller barely slept, and when he finally drifted off, the creature awaited him. In his dream, he stood again beneath the Bone Tree, unable to move, watching as the skeletal figure crawled down its branches. Its teeth, too large and too sharp, clacked together rhythmically, a sound that echoed in his skull. It whispered to him without words, promising it would find him no matter how far he ran or where he hid. Each night after, the traveller was haunted by the same dream. The creature would appear emerging from the twisted branches, creeping closer and closer, its bulky teeth snapping together in a grotesque grin. Every time the traveller awoke drenched in sweat, the sound of those teeth grinding never left him. He tried to escape the nightmares, but the creature was relentless. He stopped sleeping, but it didn't matter. Whenever he closed his eyes for even a moment, he could feel the creature's presence and hear the teeth. He became a hollow shell of himself, consumed by the terror that lurked just beyond sleep. The townspeople say the traveller eventually disappeared, lost to the Bone Tree's curse. But now it's said that anyone who dares venture too close to the tree not only risks being devoured, but worse. The creature will haunt their dreams night after night, driving them to madness with the endless sound of its gnashing teeth. No matter how far they flee or how hard they try to forget, the creature waits, lurking in the shadows of sleep, ready to claim their soul.